Stefan was a vampire who had lived for more than 170 years. He was handsome, kind, and charming. Every girl who met him fell in love with him. Because of this, Stefan believed that no woman would ever leave him. Then he met Alina. Alina was a sweet human girl. She met Stefan one rainy evening, and they soon became close. Stefan showed her beautiful places at night and protected her from danger. Alina was attracted to him and believed she had found the perfect man. One day, Stefan introduced Alina to his older brother, Damon. Damon was very different from Stefan. He was funny, confident, and never hid his true feelings. At first, Alina found him annoying, but as they spent more time together, she saw his caring side. Damon always made her smile, stood by her when she needed him, and treated her like an equal. Slowly, Alina fell in love with Damon. When she told Stefan the truth, his heart broke. "I'm sorry, Stefan," Alina said with tears in her eyes. "I care about you, but I love Damon." Stefan couldn't believe it. "No woman has ever left me for my brother," he thought. He smiled and acted as if he accepted her choice, but inside he was filled with anger and jealousy. Soon, Damon and Alina became a happy couple. However, Alina had one wish. "I don't want to become a vampire," she told Damon. "I want to grow old with you. I want a normal human life." Damon smiled. "Then I'll become human for you." The two of them searched for the legendary cure, the only thing that could turn a vampire back into a human. After a long search, Damon finally found it. Without any fear, he drank the cure. At once, his heart started beating again. Warm blood flowed through his body. He could walk in the sunlight without a daylight ring. He could eat normal food and feel alive again. For the first time in more than a century, Damon was human. Alina hugged him tightly. "We can finally have the life we've always dreamed of," she said. Stefan watched them from a distance, his heart filled with hatred. "If I can't be happy," he whispered, "neither can you." A few days later, Damon and Alina went for a drive to celebrate their future together. They talked about buying a house. They talked about getting married. They talked about having children. Neither of them knew that the night before, Stefan had secretly damaged the brakes of Damon's car. As Damon drove down a mountain road, he pressed the brake pedal. Nothing happened. The car kept moving faster. "Damon," Alina screamed. "I can't stop the car," Damon shouted. The car crashed through the road barrier and rolled down the hill. The accident was terrible. When help finally arrived, both Damon and Alina were badly injured. Alina was unconscious and fell into a coma. Damon survived and woke up in the hospital. The first person he saw was Stefan. Damon smiled weakly. "You came to see me." "Of course," Stefan replied with a gentle smile. "You're my brother." Damon closed his eyes to rest. Stefan looked around to make sure no one was watching. Then he quietly took a syringe and drew some of Damon's blood. Damon never realized what had happened. Stefan left the hospital with the blood. That same night, he went to meet Rebecca, an ancient vampire. She had searched for the cure for many years. Stefan handed her the blood. "The cure is now in Damon's blood," he said. Rebecca drank it immediately. As soon as she drank the blood, the cure left Damon's body and entered hers. Something terrible happened. Rebecca's body began to age very quickly. Her skin became old. Her hair turned white. Within minutes, she died of old age, but Damon also began to change. Without the cure in his body, all the years he had lived as a vampire caught up with him. The next morning, he looked older. By evening, he had gray hair. The following day, he became weak. Every hour, he aged faster. The doctors had no idea what was happening. Damon knew he was dying. He asked to see Alina one last time, but Alina was still in a coma. She never opened her eyes. She never got to say goodbye. A few days later, Damon took his final breath. He died alone. Stefan smiled quietly. His revenge had begun. Meanwhile, Alina's condition became worse. The doctors told Stefan that she would not survive. Stefan knew exactly what to do. He gave Alina his vampire blood. Then he ended her human life. When Alina woke up again, she had become a vampire. She was frightened. "My heart isn't beating," she whispered. Stefan looked at her sadly. I had no choice. This was the only way to save your life. Alina began to cry. Where's Damon? Stefan lowered his head. He didn't survive the accident. Alina's world fell apart. She couldn't believe Damon was gone. Then Stefan spoke again. If Damon had stayed a vampire, he would still be alive, but he became human because you wanted a normal life. Alina stared at him. You mean, this is my fault? Stefan slowly nodded. You asked him to take the cure. Alina broke down in tears. She believed every word. She blamed herself for Damon's death. She blamed herself for losing the man she loved. She blamed herself for becoming a vampire. Stefan comforted her while secretly enjoying her pain. Years passed, then decades, then centuries. Alina remained a vampire forever. She could never grow old. She could never have children. She could never live the human life she had dreamed of. Every day she remembered Damon. Every day she believed she had killed him. The guilt became a part of her. Stefan stayed by her side, pretending to care for her. No one knew the truth. No one knew that Stefan had caused the accident. No one knew that he had stolen Damon's blood. No one knew that he had planned everything. He had not only taken Damon's life, he had taken Alina's happiness. He had taken her future. He had trapped her in endless sadness. One dark and stormy night, many years later, Stefan stood alone in an old abandoned church. For the first time in his long life, he felt completely empty. He had won, but there was no happiness in his victory. He had destroyed his brother. He had destroyed the woman he loved, and in doing so, he had destroyed himself. From somewhere in the darkness, he heard a familiar voice. Was your revenge worth it, brother? Stefan looked around. There was no one there. Only silence, only darkness, and the endless guilt that would follow him for the rest of his immortal life.